我们今天继续学习亲近道论，讨论七亲近的来源。我们来看第408页，戒亲近、心亲近的两种亲近是慧的根。见亲近、度疑亲近、道非道、自见亲近、行道自见亲近、自见亲近的五种亲近是慧的体。在翻译中部24经传车经的时候，塔尼萨罗比丘做了一个很有意思的注释，就是这里的注2，我们来介绍一下。这就是他注释的全文了，我分成了4段。第一段是 Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Puna speak of this list of 7 purities， 就是说舍利弗尊者和富罗那尊者在传车经里提到了7种清净的列表。大家要注意啊，巴利语经文里以舍利弗为主角的，其实都是伪造的经文啊，都是阿毗达摩论是伪造的经文。舍利弗对于上座部佛教来说，就相当于是阿毗达摩的祖师爷，这就像菩提达摩是禅宗的祖师爷一样，都是后人为了让阿毗达摩这些理论合法化，伪造出一批以舍利弗为主角的经文。在这里，这部经里提到了7清净，仿佛他们都很熟悉一样，as if it were a teaching familiar to both of them, and yet nowhere else is it mentioned as a Buddhist teaching in the discourses。就是说，舍利弗和弗罗那讨论这7经的时候，仿佛他们都很熟悉，然而在巴利语经藏的其他任何地方都没有提到这是佛陀的教法。再看第2段，也就是在经集中提到了各种不同的非佛教部派的修法，也就是外道的修法。小部经集他提到了外道把清净作为他们的修学目标，并且从戒见智于行的角度对清净进行了不同的定义。这是小部经集译品 Atthaka Vagga 里面介绍外道的修法的时候讲到了4清净。所以汤林萨罗就说 Perhaps the 7 types of purity listed in this discourse were originally non-Buddhist teachings that were adopted by the early Buddhist community and adapted to their own purpose for showing that these 7 forms of purity functioned not as a goal of practice, but as a stage along the path to that goal。 也就是说，汤尼萨罗认为这传车经中所列的7经经原本是外道的教法，早期佛教界采取了这种教法，并按照自己的目的进行了调整，说明这7种清净的形式不是作为修行的目标，而是通往最终目标途中所需要经历的阶段。再看最后一段 At any rate, this list of the 7 purities formed the framework for Buddhaghosa's Visuddhimagga。 就说无论如何，这7种清净的列表构成了觉因清净道论的框架。The cornerstone of the Bali commentaries 也成为巴利语注释书的基石 ，in which the 7 purities cover all 3 parts of the threefold training in virtue, concentration and discernment。 就是说，他用7种清净覆盖戒定慧3学的全部，就是觉因尊者把外道的清净修法来作为佛教的基石，就是整个的巴利语注释书的传统都是建立在外道的清净理论的基础上。我们再来看菩提比丘2021年在庄严寺的讲座，他介绍了经文中7清净和论述中7清净的不同。这是菩提比丘在讲座的结尾的时候提到的，是截取自他的一个讲座，大家可以按照这个标题去网上搜一下这个原始的视频，我来放一下。
a difference between the way the 7 purifications are treated in the Abhidharma and the original meaning of the 7 purifications, as I understand them, and some other schools of early Buddhism interpreted the 7 purifications. Okay, so, whoops. So if you know, maybe some of you attended my Abhidharma program last weekend, where I went through these 7 stages of purification according to the Visuddhimagga system. So here we have do you see the outline of the 7 purifications?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay. So here we have purification of view is explained as understanding Namarupa, the material and mental phenomena. Then overcoming doubt is understanding the conditionality. Then we have knowledge of what is the path and not path. And then we have knowledge and vision of the way as the various insight knowledges. And then knowledge and vision as the knowledge of the 4 supermundane, world transcending paths. Okay, so this is the way the Theravada commentarial tradition, culminating in the Visuddhimagga, explains the 7 purifications. But it occurred to me, I had collected some texts. Let's say if we could fit these in 5 minutes. Okay, so here we have, I just copied from the Pali, so I'll have to translate on the spot. So what I would take to be the purification of view in the sutta view. So this is the Samaditthi Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya Sutta number 9, and it's Sariputta speaking, and he says that when a noble disciple understands suffering, dukkha, the origin of dukkha, the cessation of dukkha, and the path to cessation, at that point, the noble disciple is one of right view, whose view is straight, who has unshaken confidence in the Dhamma. That's a characteristic of a stream enterer, one who has reached this true Dhamma, this good Dhamma. So these are terms that describe at least a stream enterer. So the stream enterer here has the knowledge of the 4 noble truths, and it is that knowledge or understanding of that experiential knowledge of the 4 noble truths that in our Anguttara Nikaya Sutta is explained as purity of view. So I take it that the original meaning of purity of view was the knowledge that marks one as a stream enterer. Okay, then continuing another text I had. Okay, so here, this is from a sutta in the Digha Nikaya, number 3. So the Buddha, when he knows, he's speaking to a Brahmin named Pokarasati. And so when he knows that Pokarasati's mind is free from the hindrances, it's become clear and malleable, then the Buddha expounds the 4 noble truths. He explains dukkha, its origin, cessation, and the path. And then it's said that while the Brahmin was listening to this, in that same seat, there arose in him the dust-free, stainless eye of Dhamma. Whatever is subject to arising is subject to cessation. So it seems that here, the Brahmin is getting the knowledge of the 4 noble truths, experiential knowledge, and that's the Dhamma Chakku, the eye of Dhamma. And so this I take to be the original, to be identical with the achievement of purity of view. Then as for the next purity is the purity of overcoming doubt. And to me, that seems to be Okay, at the moment when the disciple hears and penetrates the Four Noble Truths, that's purity of view. And then the mind becomes free of doubt or overcomes doubt. So the text goes on to say, just then, that is, the Brahmin Pukarasati was one who had seen the Dhamma, reached the Dhamma, understood the Dhamma, had penetrated the Dhamma, and he had crossed over doubt, was rid of questioning or uncertainty, and he had gained full confidence in the teacher, in the Buddha's teaching. So this is what follows from seeing the Four Noble Truths, and this is the overcoming of doubt. And so I take this to be the original meaning of purification by overcoming doubt. And again, another sutta, this is in the Samyutta Nikaya, number 24, that when the noble disciple has seen some truths, then his doubt about dukkha has been abandoned. His doubt about the origin of dukkha has been abandoned. I'm sorry, when for the noble disciple, doubt about suffering has been abandoned, doubt about its origin, cessation, and the path have been abandoned, then he is a stream enterer bound for enlightenment. Okay, so that is the purification by overcoming doubt. Then probably what happens, the way I understand it, that when the disciple has overcome doubt, then he no longer has any uncertainty about what is the true path, what is the wrong path. Then his knowledge and vision of the practice is continuing with the practice to go from stream entry to arhatship. And then the purification by knowledge and vision would be the achievement of that knowledge and vision that brings the fruit of arhatship. Yeah, so I think the original meaning of these 7 purifications was maybe different from the way it's elaborated within the commentarial tradition. Yeah, this would take a long sort of scholarly study, but we don't have time for that right now. So we're going to have to end the session here. And I just want to mention, let's see.
好了，就分享到这里结束了啊。今天就分享到这里。